Hey everyone. Alright, so today I want to talk to you about formula manipulation. It uses the same steps we've been using for a little while now. Formulas are used in everything in the real world, from calculating batting averages to how we figure out gravity on different planets, or stars for that instance. Now algebra helps us manipulate these formulas so that the desired variable that we want can be isolated. Let me show you what I mean. This is a problem that you've seen done in class many times. We solved this by using the addition property of equality and the multiplication property of equality. We always undo what is being added on first. Therefore, I go minus 3 and minus 3. I end up getting 8f equals 16, and I use the division property of equality to go divide by 8 and divide by 8. And there's our answer. This is something we've done lots in this chapter already. So here's what you're going to learn today. Here's an equation. Let's say I want to get the c isolated. Or I can just say solve for c. Well, notice it looks incredibly like the other problem. We have a 3 being multiplied by our c, and we have a b being added on. We always undo what's being added on first, just like we did in the other problem. So I'm going to go minus b and minus b. Notice how I get a zero pair. The interesting thing over here, which actually makes it a little bit easier, is a and b, we don't know what those are. So we cannot add them together. So we just leave it. Now, how do I isolate the c? I divide by 3 and divide by 3. Once again, the only thing that's different is, since I couldn't add these together, I have to divide the whole thing by 3. And that's why the answer is c equals a plus negative b all over 3. Hopefully you can notice that we're using the exact same steps that we've been using all chapter long. Only, we're picking which variable we want to get isolated. Let me show you. What if I gave you this problem and I told you to isolate y? How would you get the y by itself? Well, you'd use the addition property of equality. And you'd end up getting y equals negative 4x plus 15. Once again, I can't add these together. I don't know what they are. These are x's and these are 1's. They're not the same thing. So again, I just leave it. And the answer's done. Can we make it a little more tricky? Or a little bit longer? Sure. Let's check this one out. What if we wanted to get the y by itself? Very first thing we use, subtraction property of equality. Notice I cannot add these together, so I just leave it. Minus 7x plus 12. How do I isolate the y? I divide by negative 2 and divide by negative 2. That gets me my fancy form of 1. And in this situation, I can just leave it. Or I can divide 2 by, and by negative 7, I can also divide 2 into 12. I can split it, or that's using the distributive property. When I simplify, negative divided by negative is positive, and 12 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. And this is what we're going to practice today. All right, good luck everyone. Let me know if you got any questions. Please feel free to email me, parents, if you got any questions. Thanks.